guys. So in this video, we'll be looking at some functionalities of Power BI. Now, one of the functionalities of Power BI is that you can set relationships and utilize the Power Query feature to, do various relationship tasks. So in this video, I'll be showing you how it is that you can set relationships in Power BI. So I have two Excel files that I'll be using as my data set. First one being a Excel called name, and this will be my data set. So we have an ID and we have the name of the person. So I'm just gonna have ID and name. No first name, no last name. We're just gonna work with name in this scenario. I'm also I'm also going to set a filter. That way, Power BI knows that the table is called, sorry, the column is called ID and the column is called name. All right, so saving that, and then I'm going to open work. And I'll be doing the same. Oops, cancel. All right, so we have the work of the person, we have the ID, so the name ID, and we also have the wage. So I'll be saving that. Let's minimize. All right, so let's open Power BI. So we can import data from Excel. I'll be selecting both. Well, sorry, I'll be selecting one by one. All right, so let's say name. Can I control? Nope. All right, so I can only select one. All right, so Power BI will import the data set and it will give you an option to load it or transform it. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to load because there's nothing to transform really within that data set. The data is as it is. Let's wait a little. All right. So sheet one has been included. Then I'm going to add the work sheet. And again, I will not be I will not be transforming this data. I'm just going to load it because everything is good as it is. All right, so I have sheet one and sheet two. All right, so I'm going to try to maintain best practice. So best practice is to name your sheets after the data. That way it's easier for you to understand what it is specifying and what it's related to. Okay, I'm gonna say occupation. Mm. Okay. All right. So now that we have our two tables, or two data set rather, not tables yet, we can look at these individual tables. All right. All right. So first things first is that we do not want the IDs to sum. So we say don't sum, don't summarize. We also do not want the IDs here to sum. The wage, it's okay if the wage sums in this instance. However, in our next video, I'll be showing you how to create measures that basically will do the sum rather than the sum function carrying out that task. All right, so let's go to the meat of the matter, which is to create the relationships. So we would want to join ID to name ID. And once we do that, we'll have a mapping. Now, in this case, it's a one-to-one mapping because there's only one type of ID for each. So there's only one employee to one occupation. There's so that's why it's one-to-one. However, in other cases, you may have um, one employee having two different representations. So you might say, for instance, let's say let's say employment history, where the employee is mapped to two different jobs because they would have changed jobs throughout history. So that would have been a one to many. So in this case, is a one to one, and that's good. All right. So you would have seen that it would have been two separate tables. However, now because of Power Query and utilizing the relationships that were created, I can now I can now say name, wage, and work, right? So now, yeah. So now we have a table where the corresponding person now has the corresponding wage that they would have had and the employment that they would have had. We can also change the orientation, so we can have the work then wait then the sum of the wage. We can also change the naming, and you also have an option to not sum from here, but I just want to rename the visual, and I just want to call it wage and not sum of wage. All right, so it's just called wage. And that basically concludes this video. I'll be doing more content on Power BI. And as mentioned before, the next content I'll be touching on other features of Power BI. So thank you for watching this video. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any recommendation of videos I can make on Power BI, as in to help you along, then please do feel free to share. Thank you.